Hey everyone, Terry Crews here along with Fan and Lightbulb back. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Last part of the game, it wasn't pretty close afterwards as they definitely lost against the Buffalo Sabres as Boston starts off something strong in the first round. That first game wasn't particularly to be a start off for anybody, but that really has to explain but they definitely had taken it over for one thing. And definitely what happens with only thing is Pavel Zacha. He has given the first part of the goal, and it's no way to have it quit if anyone does this better. But now, therefore, this part of the next matchup may not be anything but special enough. It's a new rival in the playoffs. That's the Vegas Golden Knights are facing against the other team, and that's the Utah Mammoths. They finally made their way to the postseason for the first time ever. Since known as the Arizona Coyotes, they're now part of a new team that have a regrouping the name and has been relocated from Arizona to Utah. On the other hand, it stays in the West, but therefore their postseason starts here. So as the start off happens to be only one change off here, there's now pretty much what we're looking for any goaltenders for between the Golden Knights, but only Utah Mammoths as Videlka is a starting goaltender for the Mammoths. It could be Hart, it could be Hill, or it could be Schmidt. That could be the thing that's right across from the alley of it. And as for the starting groups of X Factors, let's have a look for the visiting team of the Utah Mammoths. Start off as Clayton Keller. He has the wheels at the tape-to-tape zones and is the captain for the Utah Mammoths. With Miguel Sergachev, he makes his second win in the Trulensis in the Warrior zone. Nick Schmaltz, tape-to-tape zones. Dylan Golfer, quick release and pressure T. Logan Cooley, the tape-to-tape zones. Mackenzie Weegar, the second win, quick pick and a Warrior from the Flames. Then it's Jason Peterka, transferred from the Buffalo Sabres, as quick release and pressure T. Then the other side of it, we have is Sean Dursey, only the tape-to-tape zones. Then across of it is Lawson Krauss. He has a big Craig and a spark plug that changes up to it. Then it's Barrett Hayton, the quick release and the pressure T. Then it's Jack McBain with the pressure. And finally, Brandon Tanev with the spark plug. Alright, let's see how this one changes in for Vegas Golden Knights. As Jack Eichel is a starting player as the formerly captain for the Vegas Golden Knights. Illy Edges, tape-to-tape zones, and unstoppable forces. The drive means it anything. Mitch Marner, who has the Illy Edges with the send-it pass and the tape-to-tape zones. He's comfortable skating, but it's more likely how Mitch Marner does to keep things out. Mark Stone, the born leader, and the quick pick zones. That one keeps it out of danger. Then Shea Theodore has its Illy Edges and his pressure, along with the send it pass. He really has to keep on naming it to have it all send away to have that zone out. Rasmus Anderson with the second win in the quick pick in the no contest zone. Noah Hannafin with the Illy Edges in the send it zone. Thomas Hertl, quick release and quick draw. Then it's Ivan Barbashev with the quick release. Then it's Pavel Dorofeev, quick release and the pressure. Then across, Braden McNabb, the Trulensis kit. Then it's William Karlsson, only the quick pick. Then it's Jeremy Lauzon, the Trulensis shoulder check. And lastly, it's Alex Pietrangelo. He's back on ice, and we'll see how he can definitely hang things on from the other hand. So therefore, that is the starting lineups for the X Factor players for between Vegas and Utah. My last commentary partners for the start of the night one is Roy Cruz. He's also along with the other hand, and therefore, I give a warm welcome is Apollo and the third commentary of the crew. I'm noticing that you all been wondering and how this changes to be. Well, not anybody would. Silver Spoon is a starting third commentary of the crew, and in center ice is Red. We'll see you all folks later for the intermission and the post-game show. Time to see who gets it all, and it's going to be a big light night. Vegas Town, here we go. Time to send you down to T-Mobile Arena. Mammoths, Knights, next on EA Sports.
Oh, it's playoff time. It's time to make it happen. I'm Roy Cruz, and I'm here with Apollo, and the third commentator of the crew gives a warm welcome off, and the center is red. Well, this may not be the day what's happening here in Vegas town. It's time to play hockey. Puck is dropped, and we are underway, ready to go. Starting off with the goaltender we have across is Aiden Hill, and the other side of it we have is Mazelka for the Utah Mammoths. Start off goes right over to McNabb. You'll find it over to Stone, and he now finds it to Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner now finds Stone. He looks over to McNabb. McNabb finds Stone. He looks to Marner. Marner shot, save on Mazelka. That'll be his first save with only 19:05 remaining in the first period. A lot of beginning effort here on the energy line between Jack Eichel and Nick Schmaltz. Still gives a fine energy in the face-off zone, and the win by Eichel. He finds over to McNabb. He has it again to Theodore to give to Stone. Stone looks to Theodore. He gives it over to McNabb, and the pass over to Theodore. He looks to Stone. It's back to Theodore. Pass off to Mitch Marner. McNabb shoots. Save by Pavelka. Eichel has it over to Marner. Theodore, he shoots and save by Pavelka. Big save again on the goaltender.
He shuts down pretty quickly, and that's where he really has it given away for Madelka to have a denying effort.
Eichel behind the back heel trying to make a new change-off motion to Stone, and he finds Theodore.
Here's McNabb. The shot's blocked. Rebounded up by Utah.
And they can't clear it out. Mitch Marner defining Eichel. Eichel shoots. Save of Pavelka. Stone in front. McNabb shot's blocked by Keller. Keller will stay out of his zone, and we'll have a Utah on the press. Good save by the start of Aiden Hill, and this will be his first save of the game. Marino! Oh, Eichel, he made that taken down, and with the tremendous hit.
I have to say, this is definitely the hardest and attackers. This motion is going to definitely keep coming back.
He'll stop things here, with only 16:21 to go in the first period. I'll have another puck drop ready.
Madelka's really strong here, and the better energy has really given a nothing but a met. And as Madelka, he makes that huge save. When he has that finalized, that's 68. That's pretty much a higher chance on his big save.
Welcoming to the third commentary of the crew is Silver Spoon, and thanks for stopping by in Vegas. What do you see afterwards here?
Well, I've seen so much of it, and the changing was pretty much a great list. I've seen that this is a lot of huge mighty takedowns for the Utah Mammoths, but the only thing that just changes that they beat Pavelka. He makes it one of the huge, hard, excellent saves that he really does for. This is definitely a hard occasional that they're really doing it for. I'm not even sure if this was perfectionary, but more likely enough, the Utah Mammoths have started it out with the first chance afterwards. You wouldn't believe it? You wouldn't see it.
Here's no Hannafin to send over to Anderson. As Rasmus Anderson fires that one around the net, he looks to Brett Howden. Howden sends it over right the other way of the net. Dorothea trying to battle for it. And it's given away by Golden Knights. Yamamoto with the rebound for Utah. Mammoth goes right back into Vegas territory. Here's a swing at it, and a save made by the goaltender. Smith broken away by Logan Cooley. Logan Cooley shoots, blocked up in front of it. Great stop made by Dorothea.
And Dorothea was really having a harder block. No better changer would ever do the thing.
Here's Sean Jersey, now gets to Logan Cooley the other way. Logan Cooley broken it up by Jonas Hurdle. He'll have that pass to Smith. Here's Smith, the pass over to Sissons. Bolton Sissons to find over to Noah Hannafin. Hannafin slides that one back and finds the Theodore. Here's Hannafin, shoots one wide, big save by Madelka, and he scores! Nick down! First goal for the Knights, as it puts down assistant They start 1-0.
Well, pretty much energy from the crowd of it. And watch what happens when you see what Nick Dowd makes. And that one is off his blade, and he just could not get it started off clean. That happens to Mavelka, and then that first goal is Nick Dowd. That gets us start our credit for the Golden Knights. 1-0, first goal, playoff round. So that playoff is a really start up for Vegas Golden Knights. And as it's only a 1-0 lead over Utah, it wouldn't start off big here as Nick Dowd with his first goal in the playoffs. He's starting to see how he can definitely hang things over, but the hard way is to do for, but he really has to give all the energy what they did for him. That's definitely the first goal, what they see for.
Big save by Hart. That will be his starting goaltender for the Vegas Golden Knights. Carlson, the other way now to Dowd. Dowd shoots for save by Mavelka. Mavelka will swing it here and give that one a little rest and get started off with a puck drop. Only 12:01 to go in the first. All right, I will send it over to Red and see what his performance afterwards for Jack Eichel. Thanks, fellas. About Jack Eichel, he's really given it a huge, strong start. One thing that's really up to it is to start out to make it that cleanly. And what we noticed before, as the Golden Knights is starting to give us some great opportunity chances, Jack Eichel is one of the big best in his defensive effort. And one thing is for sure about Jack Eichel, he plays this for his huge crowd to the standpoint. I really wasn't wishing here, but I really wanted to improve everyone, that I wanted to give it all what I can. This is definitely what the change-off needs to be done for Jack Eichel. He'll start to see how he can either take a swing to have that one carried in. This is better than my targets here for this, Roy. So one thing is for sure is Eichel, keep the energy alive. Back to you. And we'll see what happens with that. Thank you, Ray. Now finds it over to Lazar. And it's back over to the last hurdle with the broken up play. Kozak outside of it. Pass midway walk in the first period. Mitch Martin now finds Kozak. He gets to Lazar. Lazar shoots save by Mavelka.
First goal of the game on
With Gray on a rebound, this will be Krause.
Period playoffs at 7 minutes.
These two got their own advantage in there. Pass off to Hayden. Hayden shoots, blocker saved by Orr. Outside of Rieger. Mackenzie Rieger moves it in and round and saved by Marner. That one will race the other way for the Golden Knights. Here's Hurdle. Vegas showing some impersonation for next heavy attacker. Gorzak, pass Hurdle. Hurdle shoots, save by Mavelka. Marner with the rebound, he now finds Lazar. And it's back to Hayton. Hayton on the attack for Utah. In zone, Gorzak takes it away. And a pass back over again to Lazar. Pass over now playing to Smith. Smith looks over. Pass back to Sissons. Sissons looks to Hannafin. 8 minutes remaining in the first period. He finds it to Sissons. And Ascende fires that one with the shot, and it's blocked up. In with the rebound. He finds the Uyghur. Poked it up by Anderson. Vegas go back with the new line group change. Sissons gets to Carlson. He'll enter that zone. Took a little bit of a hit. Nasty down here on the motion. And as for William Carlson, he's trying to fight for his life. Dear Lord of it, I would never be loving this, but the only thing happens with this is William Carlson, he makes that heavy hit off. He's definitely wanting to try to take the beat out of it and try to take over the Mammoth. Stop on the blocker save by Mavelka. Hannafin. Back to Kolzer. Kolzer shoots. Glove saved up by the goaltender.
He's denying it. That's really what they were all expecting to do for him. Nobody was really giving that eye off and attention of it, but that really saved it up a notch.
After save by Hart, he'll send it around the ice. Icing's waved off. Hannafin, he shoots and glove save by Mavelka. 5:44 to go in the first period. They'll get another tacking whistle on the play to get ready for another puck draw.
Sergachev really has that one beating it off, and what happens to William Carlson, that makes it relentless to have that one not being in range.
Now back over again to Red, as this will be the change out for the Mammoths. The Mammoth brings to Logan Cooley. Logan Cooley's really one of the special and informative guys, and what I need to say about Logan Cooley, he has a lot of his huge energy effort. The better range doesn't mean to anything. What happens with after Clayton Keller, that only happens to be with Logan Cooley the other way of it.
And I'm really watching this perfect on the side of it to have that one swinging it out. This is one of my takes here, folks. But one thing is for sure is how Logan Cooley is able to handle it all. Whenever he does score, he really has to give a lot of improvement to give that energy from the crowd level noise, and it won't be anybody that will have to change it from be real. This is definitely one of my takes in for Logan Cooley for some big change in defensive and relentless. Let's see how he handles it. Back to you guys.
We've under 5 minutes of the first period. Here's Thursday. Thursday swings him a shot. Big save by Hart. Thursday in front. Theodore with the stick lift. He finds it over to Barbashev. Finding to get into a field. That one will reach it out of the zone. Barbashev detour traffic in the way. And back to Theodore. Theodore to pass to Barbashev. He shots again. Another save up by Delco. And Logan Cooley with the rebound.
I really have to say what happened with Logan Cooley. He really has to give so many effort to have that one giving a blocking shot. No better range, but he could definitely try to keep that one staying out of a sign. This is definitely troublesome. No connection was making that one clearly, but then you got to find somebody else out there. That's definitely what the hard one races in. No better chance than that.
Lazar shots and blocked up again. Theodore with the rebound has it again to Stone. Stone pass to Theodore. Theodore to Stone. Here's Lazar. Shoots one. Marino in. Martyr stops that one. And Logan Cooley with the rebound. Martyr's got it back. Backhand. Stop by Pavelka. 2:19 remaining in the first period. A lot of energy need to get the crowd in. Mark Stone waiting on it. The Warren leader only happens to be just an effortless interception, only to pick up maybe between. Eichel wins the draw. Lazar off again, trying to get to Stone, and it's given away by Carcone. Carcone back to Jeremy Lazar, and he'll have it over to Mark Stone. Here's Mark Stone. Eichel in. Backhand was blocked. Marner with the rebound, playing again. Goes on. Lazar shoots. Save of Pavelka. Mackenzie Rieger now finds Carco. Carco on the rush. Stopped by Hart. Lazar battle along the boards. Still 1-0 lead. Trying to give it over to Lazar. And now here's Scissors. Final minute of the first period. And this will give the pass back to Mitch Marner.
In the first period.
Mitch Marner finds Kozak. And his shot raises over from the glove. And off the glass with a safe play by Pavelka.
That one was really all the way through and deflected right off the glove. When it goes high over the net, that really will have to stammer it out and give some another new groove change to have that one slowing down the rush. This is definitely another big knockdowns to play on this drive. It won't be the deal like it did for
Carcone will fling it out, and therefore we end the first period. 1-0 is the score for Vegas Golden Knights. Over to Utah Mammoths. Wasn't given the Dix Down gets the credit with the goal. And we'll take a quick break, and we'll get back to you shortly for the start of the second period.
Hey folks, welcome to the first intermission of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Start out doesn't mean like this, but one thing is conservatively of, for Vegas, it is a start off strong for a 1-0 lead over Utah. Now, my sole statistics for the first period, I will now send it over to Lightbulb to see what your predictions are. I think this prediction may have to be only just kind of close, but I have to say this. This is definitely what they are expecting to see where it gets things out of it. And more likely, I've seen how Vegas and Utah, I mean, you may not be like anybody, you can definitely try to keep on wandering it off. And I really noticing that whatever happens with Vegas, they really are pushing the P's off their limits. I mean, that's definitely sky in the limit. No better action, nothing needed. All right, and now sending the other way. As for fan, what's your take on this? Well, start off only happens to be with 617 over 101. This time on attack is really rushing. And 89 over 84 passing effectiveness happens to be with Vegas Golden Knights. They had 5 face-off wins for Utah Mammoths over 3. It was not pretty much an easy joke, but when everything does keep it out of the way, Vegas Golden Knights are really starting to give that one off-shot angles. That target is definitely going to get all the credit that they need to do for. And only just 8 over 7 hits, that's pretty much a slim lead here for Utah Mammoth. Not pretty much that they were giving a great knockdowns on the scoring droughts. This might be hard, but no better energy would do for the favorite. And now here are the action trackers here on the outside of it as we have a look here for the Golden Knights. Only one goal happens to be with Nick Dowd, who transferred from the Washington Capitals, his first goal in the playoffs. What's your status here, and what's going to be your decision how the Golden Knights have changed the optimally to have that first goal in? Lightbulb? Well, I don't know. I mean, that definitely is really what they're doing it for. I mean, I love how Vegas Golden Knights are trying to change their heating on a better energy, but the spicing the crowd, and I gotta say that this is really like the great start of that. You wouldn't believe so how Nick Dowd was able to get a credit, and without the goalie interference, and then that's really what they were expecting it to do because he had that one kicking the puck in the net. He wasn't sure where it was, but as I mentioned before, that definitely needs a lot of energy to try to clear it out. I figured this is definitely what we were really seeing it for. And now, how about the Utah Mammoths as Mikhail Sergachev has given a hit on another side of it, his own. More likely saying this as Utah Mammoths have really had started to make that punch out of it, and that's really what they're concerned of. It really is pretty much how hard it is. Nobody is perfect on that, but the better hit, you just need your energies, reguising your own effort to get back in. That's definitely what they're really doing it for Utah Mammoths. They got to try to step this up quickly as possible. Now, what's your scoring drought here for the second period prediction after that? Well, I'm going to say that this might be my take. It could be 2-1 lead over Utah, and that's definitely what I'm looking for. And how about you there, Lightbulb? What is your take on that score? 2-1 Utah? Because I know that it may not be easy enough, but the leadoff can be a hard thing. Well, as you say this before there, guys, maybe one game might win it for real. Now let's go back over to Vegas and continue the Stanley Cup playoffs as we have the second period in action ready to go. See you later, folks, for the second intermission after the second period has concluded.
Welcome back as we're ready to get started for the second period in Vegas town. One period down, two more to go in game one of the playoffs of the Stanley Cup. Alright, this is for you guys about the first period recap. What do you see afterwards?
Well, the Vegas Golden Knights really started off with a great first period. That is the first goal for Nick Dowd to have that credit. And that definitely made it unassisted by the team. And then definitely on the start of it, asking nearly to 5 minutes on a pass, this was a pretty much clear effort for the Golden Knights as they're ready to change their option. There's no energy to start changing it oftenly, but the only appearances that they're really starting to get down with and McNabbing on the offense would really as a season deal, and that really would change it over on the other hand of it. Yeah, I know it's pretty much the same. I really have to say that when the only thing really may have to change often is for Jack Eichel. He will have that scoring option, but really taking away from it, and nobody was able to try to help him out. That really has to give them Utah Mammoth some scoring options to have that confident breakdown to have it changed over. That might be why they're really changing it.
Oh, almost would have that one. And that was another great chance for Dorfield. His first goal in the playoffs.
Oh, that was just really that close. You could not believe it, how they were really starting to get some big knockdowns from the scrimmage, and that really is going to definitely change it over.
No elephant as Howden went into the zone to save by Godolka. Howden finds over to Anderson. He gets that, giving it out of the blue line, and then we'll rebound it again by Howden Barbershop.
That pass up you don't want to do, because if it goes right out of the blue line, you got to go get it for yourself. That's your responsibility. You cannot let it get away from the other attackers.
Anderson finding a hand offender. He looks over to Dorfield. And Anderson. He shoots it right in the zone of the pad again by Mavolka. And Ayton will have it cleared out. And out of the blue line is on the Utah Mammoths. Carcone passes to Logan Cooley. Big play on his own. And now it's rebounded up by Vegas Golden Knights.
Now they're really starting to make some heavy knockdowns to have another clash battle. That definitely would take a lot of care for their play in action.
He scores! Colin Scissors! Now it's 2-0 lead for Vegas Golden Knights.
Well, this is definitely what they were all expecting it for. And Colton Sissons was going in zone, and then somebody got pushed in, and he still got a puck in the zone. I wasn't pretty sure if that is a goaltender interference. Believe it or not, though, they really have clowned it as a goal. Yeah, I definitely see this, and it's Colton Sissons. He kicks out with the blade, and I thought that was a no goal, and they really have to change it off. So they're gonna officials gonna say they're gonna count it in, and I wouldn't believe this that Colton Sissons had that first goal in the playoffs.
Here's Moreno. Back to Schmidt, and he looks again at Yamamoto. William Cooley, and it's back over to Tomas Hertl. He'll send it up and around the net as Videlka will have that backhand pass over and rebound by Vegas. Dylan Dunford will have it again to Yamamoto. Yamamoto swinging a miss and a drive. Rebound by Korzak. Korzak to give over to Tomas Hertl. Hertl finds it to Marner. Here's Marner. Slows down. Back to Stone. And Marner will have that rebound out. Korzak to Lazai. Here's Marner. A save of Videlka. Stone pass broken by Moreno. 13:40 remaining in the second period. And here's Clayton Keller. He'll have that zigging zag. Mark Stone takes off with the barrel pucking rebound. This one will send it in. No icing on the Vegas Golden Knights. Moreno giving to Dylan Dunford. With Moreno to give it to Keller. And Theodore will have it again to Dad. With Dad. Gives that pass off to Dow. Dow finds out Carlson and it goes over to John Jason Paterka. Keller finding Dunford. Dunford's shot. No penalty on Vegas Golden Knights. Here's Keegan Golzer. Set off to Fedor. Fedor fires a shot. Goes off a Golzer's stick. Rebound by Vegas Golden Knights.
Well, that's definitely going to change it up. And Keegan Golzer, he's got to try to give some energy on offense. They cannot let it go to a start if they wanted to take out of it.
Shea Fedor, saved by Velka. Keegan Golzer has it down, and that one gets right over into the cleats of the zone by defenders. He finds Anderson. Pass to Hannafin. Hannafin to Golzer. Backhander, save play again by Velka. And Jersey will swing it to Carcone. Carcone, pass on wheels. Keller shots blocked. And here's Sergachev, move around zone, save again by Hart. Here's Anderson. Vegas Golden Knights will have a new change-up for Hannafin. And a swing off to Keegan Golzer. Golzer pass, has it again to Smith, passes over to a midway mark in the second period. Knocked down right near the zone. Keegan Golzer find Anderson. Anderson shoots, pad save of Pavelka. And trying to get a rebound in. Smith, backhand save of Pavelka. Hertl, Anderson. Sissons shoots, stopped by Pavelka. 9:18 to go in the second period. They'll have that one settling it down with the next attacker coming up.
God really has to see this. As Tomas Hertl, he would really erase it up at the head, smash on the boards, and that is another big smackdown. Yeah, I have to say about this one here, but only one change with that mind. If Tomas Hertl would have a chance to get a save and then able to have it tough right out of the pocket.
A lot of time left in the period. 9:18 to go in the second. Still 2-0. Vegas Golden Knights. Here's a win for Utah Mammoth. He now finds Stanley. Here's Stanley. Backhander. Blocked up. And rebound by Tomas Hertl. He'll have it past his Seasons. Seasons rolling it in for the Vegas Golden Knights. He finds Smith. Smith to Hannafin. Hannafin. Pass to Anderson. He fires another save on Pavelka. 8:26 to go in the second period. They'll have another puck drop ready to reinforce. Just 15/12 shots on goal for Vegas Golden Knights. Only 2:26 remaining in the second period. Now to win for the Golden Knights. Burrito, pass over to Yamamoto, and here's Logan Cooley. This one flings it up and around the net. Rebound by McNabb. McNabb swings that pass to Marner. Marner pass again to Stone. Here's Stone. Give over to Fedor. Fedor finding McNabb. McNabb looks again to Eichel. Eichel pass to Stone. Stone shoots, save over Vilka.
Rebound by Mitch Marner. That's definitely carnagey. And better efforts, it really doesn't make it all that easy.
Here's Eichel. Full pressure going on for the Golden Knights. Stone trying to get a denied effort here. Marner fires a save made of Vilka.
6:42 remaining in the second period.
He'll get another puck try and ready. Still no energy to be given made up. It's still 2-0 lead, Vegas. Now a win by Kerfoot. Here comes Smith for 6:30 remaining in the second period. Pumped it by Fedor. McNabb pass to Eichel. He looks over that way to Shea Fedor. Fedor pass to Marner. That opens up and Hayton.
Over the other way, has it again to John Jason Berturka.
Back to Kokone. And it'll be an offside for Utah Mammoth for under 6 minutes. You can see the reaction happened with this, and as I give it over to Red on how that happened with the first period of the intermission, how do you feel after with that big knockdown take?
Well, that knockdown take really had to be all alone, and nobody would ever be doing that for real. If you're starting to get that one pissed out, you could not let it get away with that. This is definitely what they're all expecting to see. The bigger captain, bigger drive.
McNabb finding Barbershop. That opens up the stick lift, and it's Schmaltz the other way. Golden Knights with some changed numbers. Oh, big knockdown right on Logan Cooley.
That's definitely what seems to be hurting. And I wouldn't sure enough that they really just have to try to answer this on a big, serious note.
Fedor. Pass back to Hannaford. And then find Fedor. Fedor fires a glove save on Vilka.
Under 4:10 remaining in the second period, they're able to get another puck drop ready. This really is turning out to be very bad, and as for the Golden Knights, they definitely wanted to take a smack down to it, and this one really bites them for the Ducks. He's going to have to be pulled out immediately.
So it's 89/86 passing effectiveness. No score in the range. The win for the Minnesota Wilds. He finds Anderson. Anderson finding Hannaford. Hannaford pass. Sisson shoots. Save of Vilka. With only 3:50 to go in the second period. I know this energy is really not the very thing, but when we get back into this, we can definitely be louder.
Yeah, I think I know how you can definitely shoot it on the thing louder. Well, one thing I'm really super to try to understand this situation, that really happens to be only Stanley, and he can definitely try to keep that out no matter where it gets in. That one was a really big turnovers here, but they really started to go after it again.
Oh, big save play right now. We're finally go in the second period.
Check out this fancy reaction. It's Aiden Hill. He's really starting to see how this one gets. That's definitely another big knockdown, and they're starting to do this for a whole entire time.
Now as Tomas Hurdle is back on ice. Here's the #1 for Vegas Golden Knights. After a win, here's our #1 to Sissons. Sissons. Broken up. Tucker. Finds it over to McVay. Trying to go around the net. Rebound by Eichel. Eichel pass. Broken again, but again. A sun shot saved again for Vegas Golden Knights. Here's their winner Smith. Smith shoots one, and there's save play again by Bowser. And another one goes again to Gunford. And here's another one to Stone. Stone gets the border. He fires it and a save of Pavelka. 1:46 remaining in the second period. And they'll have that one slipping it back down again, still up by 2. 35-16 shots on goal for Vegas Golden Knights. They're starting to get that 3-6 over 4. Have that one, keep it out. Here's Hayden, the pass off to Kirkcode. Carcone for Utah Mammoths. Pass to Paterka and a save made again by Aiden Hill. You'll have it over to Stone. Final minute in the second period.
1 minute remaining in the second
Here's
period.
a chest down for Paterka. And he looks to Stone. Stone finds Eichel. Eichel. He fires it deep. Save on the Velka. Costa Rica. Another save play again by the Vegas Golden Knights defender for the NHL. Under final minute of the second. And he went down. Oh, he took a hit. That monster takedown. This wasn't really meant to do this. And that ends the second period. 2-0 score. Second intermission is coming up underway after the break.
Hey guys, it's Terry Crews and welcome to the second intermission. As we have seen this before, between the Golden Knights and the Utah Mammoths, it is a 2-0 lead. A great start-off happens to be with anything. And now I will send it over to you, Lightbulb, about the second period statistics. Well, thank you so much, Joe Terry. As I'm seeing this before, this is what anybody does realize, that Utah Mammoths are really pushing it off with the 89.9 percentage of the passing effectiveness. The only thing happened with is only 23 hits. That only happens to be the Vegas Golden Knights that have really been smacking it along across the Mammoths on the other hand. 36 over 18 total shots on goal. That was been the craziest moment of the year. But nothing is considerate that. They had 14 over 4 face-off wins, which they really took it over. And they were seemingly like this is the harder one to get through. Nothing is simple. You really have to see what you have to believe on. And for some of the reasons about this action tracker here, as we have a look on the other side of it, as the part of the next goal happened to be with only Nick Dow to have that credit in there. And no other goals happen to be with Utah Mammoths as they're really starting to have that first playing in games to show things off what they were looking at. And now I send over to Fan about the Golden Knights. They have really been doing a dominating effort. How do you feel it? I really feel like that this is amazing. A lot of teams' courtesy skills has really turned out to be how great it is. I mean, for the whole entire point of it has to give Vegas another chance, and they've been pushing it off really well. That is the first start, but they're going to have to find a win if it can definitely beat the Utah Mammoths. It's quite tricky enough. I mean, no better they can do if it can definitely try to keep on happening again. And now how about the Utah Mammoths, since they're trying to look for a shot on goal? Yeah, they're going to definitely try again with that. I mean, I know they are, but the only thing happens with is about Sergachev. He's really starting to get that first shot on the goal and try to get that one scored and tie that one up. I'm pretty not really sure about it, how that's going to definitely work. I mean, this is the whole entire point of it for a Utah team to have that one putting a comeback scores and then get them on the board. That might be one take of it, but we'll have to wait and see if they can get their first goal. Maybe no way, or yes way. Alright, what's your third period statistics scores going to be look like? I'm thinking the Vegas Golden Knights are going to be the first one to win. Viva Las Vegas to win it all for 3-1. And how about you, Fan? The other way. It's going to be a 4-1 on that game. I mean, I'm definitely going to say this is definitely going to be a closest range in it, and I really would like to see how they can definitely do it. Well, might be the only thing that might settle. It all comes down to the third period as we end the second intermission. Now let's get back into this game as I'll send you guys over and see what the third period starts on. See you later, folks, after the game for the post-game advantage. Now for the third period. Knights, Mammoths, ready to set for third period.
Well, it comes down to this in the third period as we're back in Vegas. It's for first game, and T-Mobile Arena feels like the new rival set. Let's see how they do in the third period. All right, folks, I know this is definitely what we are all seeing about there that far. What did you take on a second period recap?
Well, this is a start happened to be with Almighty. It never sets him alone. What Apollo sees is a lot of great knockdowns here in the range. I see so many of them, and everybody's been watching this, changing their lives. I mean, this is definitely what I've really noticed, that Clayton Keller was able to try to show it off, trying to knock everything out. But the only opponent never really felt like that was on Adin Hill. I mean, that's the only thing I was really noticing. And without Hart, that wouldn't be the only day without the big saves. I mean, there's no Carter Hart to be here for, honestly, but it's one of his huge saves for Adin Hill. He plays it tremendously. I love his reaction. That's a great 7 you gotta give to. Yeah, me too. I mean, Adin Hill is like doing all of his big saves. And every time it happens, they really have to be showing up in the crowd a long way down. I mean, Vegas Golden Knights really thinking they were going to the finals, but let's see how well they do in every round of the postseason. It might be a definite change, or it might be a great way to start it all. I think Adin Hill might be his favorite.
After a stop made by Adin Hill, only 18:24 to go in the third period, you're ready for our next draw. Quick and a puck drop only makes it for Howden and Schmaltz. And a 50-50 chance will be on Schmaltz. Another save by Adin Hill. No hand defending. And able to clear that one out. Utah on the full pressure. Makes that one with a good. Rebounded by the Mammoths. And a save by Adin Hill. Outside Rieger. Rieger shoots one. Save made by Hill. Clayton Keller now plays into Rieger. Rieger shoots. He reaches the goalpost. And he scores. Nick Schmaltz now gives the Mammoths a cut down by 1. And they're on the board.
What almost happened to be like it's reading a goalpost too soon. It only does that, and then this rebound happens to Schmaltz. It only does one take to the end. He got it fixed. I mean, you really have to just understand that Nick Schmaltz is really making his own rebound. One thing happens, it just goes back in the net, and you wouldn't believe this, that goes straight in from the back. And it beats over by Adin Hill that quickly. They really had that one trying to get it off with the gloving save, but that didn't really get through it. Because now they're on the board, Vegas is going to try to watch out for numbers.
The win by Schmaltz, and here's Colton Sissons. He will find up on around the net. And now here's Smith. Smith slows this out of the way. Sissons with the rebound. Now finds the Kozak. Looks to Lazar. Lazar from Nashville Predators with Colton Sissons that time. And now here's Lazar playing again a Hurdle. Hurdle. And now shoots. Block the shot. Rebounded by the Sissons.
I'm going to go 2 minutes, 25 seconds.
Trying to get back over to Tomas Hurdle. Hurdle can't get away with that. And Schmaltz with the rebound. Nick Schmaltz waiting down the line. Krause. Krause in, saved by Hill. Now here's Krause with the rebound. Schmaltz in, stop by Hill. Lausanne gets with the rebound now playing to close out.
This is really why the danger zone happens to be on a Utah Mammoth. They really are starting to get that first goal in a range to get it tied up. I mean, they don't want that to get out of the way for it, but whenever they do for it, they got to just try to have a confidential plays in.
Lausanne shots blocked by Logan Cooley. Here's another one to Jake Gomfer. Dylan Gomfer back to Yamamoto. Yamamoto goes down. That was a big hit by Lazar. A relentless attack. Lazar gives it right back over again to Theodore. Oh, Eichel. He's outside. Trying to get deflection for Mitch Marner. And we'll have to reset the group for Jack Eichel. Here's Eichel. The pass volume to Theodore. Theodore. Shoots. He scores! Back up by 2.
I can't explain how it happened to Shea Theodore. When this hit with the rumble, that really makes him knock down my Yamamoto. That only makes one kick. That partial attack really is going to give it off for Lazan and his huge credit. But then the other way starts it off here by Jeremy Lazan, and then go back around as Shea Theodore, he wristed it. That's another great play on offensive drive. That strategy was really not sure if it was able to get it right into the net, but that really must mean you're beating off to an offensive strategy. So therefore, it's now a 3-1 lead here for Vegas. Man, this is definitely what they are really expecting them to do. They really are starting to get all their favorites. Vegas fans really would like to see them come back in for the next goal on the range. I mean, they really love seeing this.
After a goal by Shea Theodore, he has his first goal in the playoffs. Finds Theodore, looks to Stone in the backhander, saved by Belanca. Mackenzie Rieger with the rebound, has the pass again to J.J. Peterka. Here comes Peterka, and a rebound by McNabb. Way to McNabb, back to Mark Stone. Stone hasn't found himself with the first goal yet. As Jack Eichel. He gets off to Noah Hannafin. Eichel will try to reset. Back to Hannafin. Looks to Anderson. Anderson with a nice move chain. Backhander on the back in front of the middle. Is blocked up. Rebound by Carl Cody. Utah the other way. On a shot save by Hill. 12:26 to go in the third period. 3-1 score for Vegas.
Star number 27.
Shea Theodore was really doing all his perception of the work of it, and one thing is to really you have to give that a mutual fair credit. There's some nifty backhand shots, but a lot of times he was doing this, he misses one again, and then now that you got the second one everywhere, and then now the wrister, you got it right into it again. That Shea Theodore was impossible to beat by anyone. When Shea Theodore had to do this one, he's going to have to try to do all of it as he can.
The third period of playoffs at 5 minutes 35 seconds.
Ottawa wins the draw. He now finds it to Noah Hannafin. Noah Hannafin slings a pass to Dorfia.
It's a great sling off pass of it. I mean, that is a slinging with the catapult. And then only one thing that they need to do for is that really will have to live on for another day. To have that one catapult racing it out. And that's a big sling to have the slingshot.
Here's Noah Hannafin for Vegas Golden Knights with 11:30 to go in the third period. Ivan Barbashev trying to watch for danger. Pass given away by Nick Schmaltz. Mackenzie Rieger to pass over in the middle. Their big break drive looking for Krause. In shot, save by Gill. And rebound by Rasmus Anderson. Gives to Jeremy Lazard. You'll find again at Orfia. Brett Howden in the wing. Trying to get right over toward its defensive effort, but it's taken away by Kerfoot. Logan Cooley poked it up by Jeremy Lazard. Rebound by Nick Dowd and over to Evan Barbashev. The Knights. They change it over to Dowd. Anderson. One time Lazard shot, score! Jeremy Lazard! Here adding another goal for the Golden Knights. This big opportunity happens to be Jeremy Lazard. Now this is a 4-2 lead. They're going over and under. Check what happened with the last play of it, and then after this goes to Rasmus Anderson. One time happens to be Jeremy Lazard. That's another goal for the Golden Knights. He really raced it off, and that speed was wicked. He really fast by. I mean, that's a great sign of another goal. Yeah, he definitely is. So, I mean, when Jeremy Lazard was setting it in, and he got a nice dish out feed, and he got that great perfect on the pass, and that shot was really turning it to be well. I mean, you gotta tell that beyond the fact, because that first goal really took it in. After a win by the Golden Knights, here's another one to Lazard. He passed over to Nick Dowd. He looks to Kolzer. Kolzer to Kozak. Kozak pass to Kolzer. Kolzer pass to Lazard. Lazard trying to have some another offensive zone. He will have to reset it again. Back to Kozak. Now Carlson will have to make a new change-off here. Under 9 minutes remaining in the third period. Lazard corner shot saved by Pavelka. Tries his chance, but that one is denied up there too soon by Pavelka. Here the coming up game scoop for us for tomorrow night. we have another great battle of the matchup between the Pennsylvania and the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania showdown of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. The Flyers take on against the Pittsburgh Penguins at PPG Pace Arena. That first game will start here at 3 p.m. Falling along with the next game as we've got another matchup, Avalanche and the Kings at Mile High Arena of the Ball Arena. And after that game will be the Lightning to face against the Montreal Canadiens at the new Benchmark International Arena. And in the last game, the Oilers will take on against the Anaheim Ducks at Rogers Place in Edmonton, Canada. That all games will be all here only on Son of Beast and the future home of the SLB Stadium. Here's Pat Stop Dave of the Volca.
You know, he's definitely getting a lot of the tick timing, and there's a little bit of a cooking on the motion in it. This offense is definitely going to have to change it up. Whenever Pavelka gets it, that's another big save to have it rest.
Here's Hurdle trying to look for Stone. Hurdle and pass broken up by Marino. Here's another one to Clayton Keller for the Utah Mammoths. Stanley moves in, blocked up by a defensive effort. And back to Mitch Marner. Vegas the other way as Mitch Marner trying to answer it in. Around it and it goes. Tomas Hurdle. And it's broken away by McBain. Jack McBain sticked up too loose. Colin Sissons trying to get it out. McBain on a shot. What a save by Gill. Anderson back to McBain. Shot made by Gill. And he scores. Jack McBain only with the first rebound afterwards. And they're back down by 2.
Well, it only happened to be after Jack McBain. He really has all his energy stride. Watch what happens with this. That one messes up. That screws it up. So many effort, and then when this puck was getting away, that McBain has putting a pressure on a goaltender and defenders on the Golden Knights. They really have got caught up. That's definitely going right in toward the center, squeezing off, and that really has to get a pass by Aiden Hill on that quick shot release. That's definitely another goal for Utah. Yeah, despite to say, I mean, now the Mammoths are trying to get it right back afterwards to defeat another Golden Knights. This opportunity change won't be after at all. If they can get 2 more goals, they got to start something back fast.
Under 5 minutes remaining in the third period, presented by Discover. And here's Uyghur. He'll have it again to Sergachev to Hayton. Here's Carcone. Carcone shot, gobbled up by Gill. With under 4:30 remaining in the third period, he'll have to hang it on with that. Only 3 years ago, we seen it only the big place in motion, beating the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Final. After the last one, that makes that a smackdown, and only one change was due as he beat the Carolina Hurricanes since 2023 in the Eastern Conference Finals. And the Golden Knights, don't ever get of it. That's taking a great win. Yeah, that one slapping it down and beat the Edmonton Oilers. They're one of the best. I mean, nothing really sets it. And as for they beat against the Dallas Stars in the conference finals, they definitely had took it all what they did for them.
Yeah, I have to say this. This is really what they all expected me to say is the Golden Knights did a lot of big range kill. This victory was really having to be anybody. But the favor of it is my take. That Golden Knights really have done it all. And as Hayton made that one with the kid, this is another nasty motion in this offense. You cannot get away with this with Barrett Hayton.
16:46 over 3:28 time on attack. And they're taking another puck draw to kick ready, back in action. And a win, with a save by Hill. Korzak right around the net. Lazard. And that one is broken it up right around the net. Korzak rebounds. And here's Pavel Dorofeev. He will fling it out. And a rebound here by Utah. Another pass to Clayton Keller. Keller will start a pass here, and it's broken by Brett Howden. Howden now fighting to get a Dorofeev.
This is another turnover that is increasingly they're trying to get away with that. No other offense would ever do this if they're going to start making so much strange motion of this attack, and they're starting to lose all their balances, this is another miscommunication for their offense. That defense is going to definitely have to pay it off.
Pass to Dorofeev, and broken it up by Mackenzie Weaker. Final minute of the third period. Malinka heading to the bench. And McNabb will have it over to Stone. Goes on shoots, and he scores! Game 1 victory goes to Mark Stone with his first goal in the playoffs. Empty net starts with a 1-0 lead series.
Well, that didn't happen to be anybody that quick, and then it looks like Utah Mammoth were ready to go. And then Mark Stone took it. He snapped it, and that is a big empty net goal.
And now sending it over right behind to Red, who had the best player of the night.
Well, thank you very much. I was really noticing that they really are starting to have that commencement. And one thing happens to me is they're really starting to have all their bad and some impressive sign for Vegas Golden Knights. And the one thing really does, though, is William Karlsson. He just really made it all down to his ending to his night. This is definitely what I'm really seeing is for Vegas, and they really have to be turning out to be the first game winner successful. And this is going to be the Viva Las Vegas victory for the Golden Knights. There'll be more games underway for Golden Knights to keep an eye on, but hopefully the night will still continue to put a successful celebration of the
Thank you, Red. Now back to Theodore. And there as the Golden Knights will win it all. It's 1-0 lead. Vegas victory. They win in Game 1 at T-Mobile Arena.
big night afterwards. A big star goes to
That is the end of regulation.
That dominated.
Your final score.
Yeah, I always totally agree. Mighties always
That
know.
means
Golden
Golden
Knights
Knights
will stay.
Weaker was the lieutenant fans here at T-Mobile Arena, and that was big to finish.
Yep, we always do say so. I mean, what a night, what a finish, and you cannot let it get away with that. Well, that's all it is. And when the next game approaches, we'll see them back soon afterwards.
Well, thanks to you for joining us here for the Stanley Cup playoffs of the NHL 26, along with my broadcast partner with Brad, and along with the pro commentary Silver Spoon and Apollo. I'm Roy Cruz, and you've been watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on the NHL 26. Thank you for tuning us, and so long in Vegas. Vegas victory, 5/2. So long, everyone.
All right, thanks, Terry. What a big win here for Vegas Golden Knights, and it's now time for three-star players. Nick Dowd with the only credit on the goal with only 1 goal and 1 assist. He only makes that slapper, but the only error has picked it up was only on Medvelka, and therefore he will have to get a credit with the goal to have that one knocking it in. Then your second-star player of the game for the Vegas Golden Knights, the biggest of all, everybody's favorite, Jeremy Lauzon, with only 1 goal, 1 assist, and 2 hits. That only makes a slapper, and a big easy chain up is 1 drive, then the other. That beats off by Medvelka with a 1-time snapshot goal. And your first-star player of the game, Adin Hill, with 34 saves, and he only did it with .944% of his saving ability. That's a big comeback to have that one switching. Well, with no Carter Hart, I think that's definitely how it happens with Adin Hill. He really has to try to do all of it as he can. And your final total statistics for game number 1 for Vegas and Utah, 44/36 shots on goal for Vegas, and 36/32 hits for Vegas Golden Knights, 17-10/331 for Vegas Golden Knights, 88/85 percentage for Utah passing effectiveness, and 21/9 face-off wins for Utah. Well, that was a big ending to a great first night, and therefore we'll stick around for the second night. On the other hand, that is right. If you guys have made it to the end this far, thank you for watching. And for those of you who haven't, you can watch some other games here on the Stanley Cup Playoffs playlist of the NHL on the gameplay. There'll be another big moments in the highlight, so never miss out on any games like you've never seen before. And as for the next couple nights here for the afternoon, we got Flyers and Penguins, and the other side, Avalanche and Kings. That will be 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. on the other hand. And with that, the other side of it will be tomorrow night's game. Lightning take on against the Canadiens. And the other side of it, Oilers against the Ducks. That will be the other games here soon, starting at 8 p.m. and the other hand at 10. Be sure to catch your games here, only on Son of Beast, and this will be a long way of its journey for the SOB Skating. Well, we're about to wrap it up. Thank you for watching the first night, and as always, so long for as a while as the NHL gameplay of the Stanley Cup Playoffs 26 on EA Sports. This is Terry Crews, along with Fan and Lightbulb. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great night.
If you don't, somebody will.